Welcome back to Bible Verse, March date 12, is it, or 14?
No, today's 14, I think.
Okay. And we're doing a crossover with
Alex W. Young.
Mix It Up. So we're mixing up the Bible verse. But what's going to happen is he's going to read from his version, and I'm going to translate it through my version. So,
Okay, this is John chapter 8, verse 1 through 12. While Jesus went to the Mount of Olives, but early in the morning he arrived again in the temple area, and all the people started coming to him, and he sat down and taught them. Then the scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in adultery, and made her stand in the middle. They said to him, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the very act of committing adultery. Now in the law of Moses commanded us to stone such a woman. So what do you say?" They said this to test him, so that they could have some charge to bring against him. Jesus bent down and began to write on the ground with his finger. But when they continued asking him, he straightened up and said to them, "Let the one among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." Again he bent down and he wrote on the ground. And in response they went away one by one, beginning with the elders. So he was left alone with the woman before him. Then Jesus straightened up and said to her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one condemned you?" She replied, "No one, sir." Then Jesus said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go, and from now on do not sin anymore."
I'm going to start at John 7:53 to 8:11. Then each went on his own home, but Jesus went to the Mount of Olives. At dawn he appeared again in the temple courts, where all the people gathered around him, and he sat down to teach them. The teachers of the law and the Pharisees brought in a woman caught in adultery. They made her stand before the group and said to Jesus, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the act of adultery. In the law of Moses commands us to stone each woman. Now what do you say?" They were using this question as a trap to have a base for accusing him. But Jesus bent down and started writing on the ground with his finger. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "If anyone who is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Again he stooped down, and wrote on the ground. At this time those who heard began to go away, one at a time, the older ones first, until only Jesus was left, with the woman still standing there. Jesus straightened up and asked her, "Woman, where are they? Has no one convicted you?" "No one, sir," she said. "Neither do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." Now, the earliest manuscripts of these verses didn't exist in the ancient eyewitness until now. Well, that's it for today. See you next time.